he had fireball cancels in one of his variations, so it wasn't terrible, but other than that, the other variations were not great. And then we have him here in MK11, which I think this so far is the best iteration of the character that we've seen. The character is really, really solid and doesn't have some of the glaring weaknesses that he had in previous iterations. He's not perfect, but still really good. Looks like we do have our competitors here in the lobby, though, so we're about to get underway with our next set of the evening on the winner's side, Pulse versus Sooneo. So this will be interesting. We know Sooneo as, at least I love to see Sooneo play next-gen Jackie. He's my favorite next-gen player to watch, probably the only one that exists, really, of any value to watch. I haven't seen any other next-gen players. Sorry, PlayStation folks. I don't know if you guys play him over there, but Sooneo is without a doubt my favorite. But Sooneo likes to play characters with zoning tools as well, as we can see, as he's going to be busting out the RoboCop here. So this is going to be RoboCop versus Noob Saibot. Neither one is their main character, you would say, but both of them are incredibly talented with these characters, and nonetheless, it'd be interesting to see how Sooneo handles it.
Yeah, it's very interesting here. I really feel even his zoning variations gets, depending on the zoner, can get out-zoned relatively easily. But then again,
I don't think Noob Saibot's going to be one to do it, though. Noob Saibot is not a good zoner if you can get full screen, and that is exactly what Suneo's going to be doing here, is trying to get himself to a full screen distance where he doesn't have to worry about it. You also see how the shield not only ate the low, but ate the amplify after, it just made it worthless. That is sick.
Went right through. I did not know that was a thing.
Nope, put that in your notebooks. And here we go. This is where Suneo's going to start to dictate the pace. The other thing, too, is Noob Saibot's low slide. He does kind of crouch a little bit, so he can get under certain highs. Joker's Fireball, for example, is one of them. But not underneath that low auto 9. That mid auto 9 is going to every single time connect. And it will make it problematic for Pulse to be playing any kind of distance game here. Sooneo off to a great start.
Now, I know RoboCop's low auto 9 also has a crushing blow attached to it on other projectiles, but I don't know if it will work with the slide.
No, it's not going to happen with the slide, because the slide is a low, so he has to duck underneath the projectile. So if for some dumb reason Pulse decides to throw a ghost ball out, maybe, but that is a meme move and a gimmick and basically doesn't exist. That is also, we were talking about customs. The only problem I see with customs is there are going to be some blatantly why would you ever pick this abilities, and Ghost Ball is one of them, Sub-Zero's Cold Shoulder, Kung Lao's Tornado. Those are all moves that there's just a better version of them out there in every aspect, so going to be unlikely that we'll be seeing Cold Shoulders after the customs comes out. It's just a worse slide. Why would you take it?
Also, on the reverse side of that, there are a few, namely Terminator, who are just overpowered. That they're going to have to make some balance checks before it's feasible.
What, you're talking about the infinite armor?
Yeah.
That's not bad anymore now that there's armor break. It was atrocious when characters couldn't armor break, but now that every character has some form of an armor break, I think in customs there's a couple characters that will, like, oh, you lose the first set because you didn't have your armor break equipped, but as soon as you put an armor break move on, that Terminator shit is garbage. It's not even worth it because he can't block. He literally just gets armor broken every single time.
One of the other big announcements today, speaking of new things that have came, is that Howard Lansdowne was asked if there was going to be a balance patch along with Ultimate Mortal Kombat or the next combat pack. He said yes.
Yeah, that's definitely to be expected. I know there's some people that need a confirmation for that, but I would have been shocked if the game stayed in its current state. Did you see that from Sooneo? Short hopping over the fatal blow. That was a wild play. Excellent call out, and Sooneo on the board with RoboCop. I'm a RoboCop believer. After watching Izzy win some tournaments, I am a believer, but
After watching him play, it's changed my mind on RoboCop. I will be the first to say I was one of his downers. I watched someone that's really good at him play him, and I go, okay, well, at least he's viable. More and more are coming out of the woodwork and saying he's not just viable, he might be a pretty good character in certain matchups. I still think, from personal experience, if someone pulls out Scarlet, though, against RoboCop, RoboCop should change characters.
Yeah, RoboCop definitely is going to have some tough matchups. I think the tongue is going to be a big thing for dealing with some of the zoning. He can't shield it or whatever. I don't think he can duck underneath it either. So there are some problematic aspects, but Sooneo able to secure this first round. Now, here's a character that I think also will do a good job against RoboCop, because Aaron Black is an anti-zoner. You know, every single bullet that he's firing is going to be deletable by Scud Shot. So this one might end up being a wash for Sooneo, and we may just see his Jackie come onto the scene.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Aaron Black. Even though they've changed so much about him, I personally liked him more in MKX than I do the MK11. in KX, he was a badass bounty hunter, and he's just became sort of a southern gentleman for some reason. But regardless, the major change about him is that he is so good with that scud shot. Oh, he shuts every zoner almost down. And here we go, just really trading here. It's nice to see that RoboCop does have an answer. Every time he scud shots, he's just throwing up the shield, though, and eating the scud shot.
I like the use of the flamethrower there as well. The flamethrower does give plus frames, and Sooneo putting the advantage on.
So again, maybe it's my understanding of how the RoboCop character works, but you know, they're making it work. Even against a character I would have swore to you that would not have done well against.
That's part of the dedication, though. Sooneo, a really talented player, he's willing to put the work in with some of these characters. That'd be arguably the biggest fault of the community, is they just don't want to put the work. If a character is not immediately broken at the outset, it's bottom tier. And I think the reality is that players just need to be willing to get the grind done and find the answers. These two characters all have really interesting tools, and it's just about finding the ones that work. Ooh, try to catch him on a wake up with that shield coming out. Pulse will not take the bait this time around.
I have said this to many young men, especially those in this fighting game, that if you are serious about competing in this game, and you're still young, you have the reflexes, the more you lab, the better you will be.
Yeah, labbing is a big part of trying to hit that upper level.
Yeah, there's talent to take you so far, hard work will take you so far. If you put the two together, wow.
Shots fired, the scud shot deleting every single one of those bullets. Pulse running out of meter. Oh, now he's gonna have to deal with some pressure here. He can still scud shot this stuff away, though. These life bars are looking really even. That chip is going to put Sooneo into the lead. Wow, he actually got hit out of the shield there, and then he got caught by the fatal blow. Pulse gonna go ahead and close it out. Not a lot of health left, but he needed some kind of answer. So he will be coming off that fatal blow here as we move into a final round in game 2. And I think that Sooneo, honestly, doesn't even really feel that bad about it. He got him off his fatal blow. That is an important step.
Yeah, he took viable resources away from him in that round, so that's not bad at all. He no longer has to worry about that full screen fatal. He can do more of what he's doing right now, just going in and making him pay. Now, the only thing he's got to look for is he doesn't necessarily want to get inside of a scud shot projectile one like last time, because he's shown that the low shot can go past his shield. So, but I do like the...
Well, the rifle's empty now. He doesn't have to worry about the rifle anymore. No more bullets left in that rifle. So,
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he'll be able to get away with the shielding stuff now, because unless Pulse wants to reload, which I've only seen Aaron Black players do that shit on accident.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice call out with the parry there. That's going to keep the boot drop at bay. The low side this time to close the gap. A little early with his throw attempt, though. He's going to get thrown instead for that. And back to being full screen, having to work his way in on Sooneo.
Oh, that was a nice pickup.
Yo, he got him!
He got him!
Nicely done. Sooneo going to take game 2 as well. You know, I was saying at the start that this seemed like it could be problematic and we were going to potentially be seeing Jackie, but Sooneo able to hold his ground. And this is not just any old Aaron Black player that we're talking about. We are talking about Pulse, the current Nightmare Series champion, twice in a row. He has claimed victory here. The emote in the chat is in Pulse's honor, and Sooneo is dealing with him handily here, so it's going to be interesting to see how Pulse responds. It was one thing to beat Pulse's Noob Saibot, a bit of a secondary, or maybe even tertiary. There, you know, I don't know exactly how many characters down the list it is, but Pulse's bread and butter has been Aaron Black, and for Sooneo to be able to still keep this lead with Aaron Black on the screen, that is big.
Even if he loses at this point, he has got to feel so good that I took one off his main. Not just anybody, but Pulse. I took him off his main for one round. That's a win, no matter what else happens. I think.
And the other thing too is now he's got a nice lead, right? It's when you go on the back and forth with the character swaps, it can be a little bit more problematic because you don't have, you know, you're only one game away. But now Pulse, or now if Sooneo needs to switch to, you know, whatever character it may be, he's got a Scarlet, he's got a Katana, he's got a Jackie, whichever of those characters, he's still going to have some time to figure out a game plan. It's not going to be a game 5 scenario, at least the first time around. So Sooneo doing a really good job here of being able to take a game in what we would have thought is an unfavorable matchup. Nice throw tech going to be failed as well. RoboCop, one of the characters with 2 throw crushing blows on both sides, so the 50-50 is very real.
I like that little move there. He didn't want to stay in the backyard and trace that shot, so he went up close, got in his face in the corner, and started putting down that flamethrower. I like that a lot.
He got a little bit too early with that throw attempt there. There's the shield. The standoff is going to start here. That shield recovers so quickly, too. I'd be interested to see if players start to use it in some of his pressure as well, just canceling into shield and not holding it. Because I think the shield comes out pretty quick. That time it actually eats the fatal blow. So he's going to be off that for cooldown. Very well done. There is not a bounty that I am aware of. Android, if you want to take a look at the bracket when we pull it up, we can see who you want to put the numbers on. I would figure it might be Pulse that we put a bounty on, but Pulse is already looking like he's in danger. Oh!
At this point, it's anybody's game. There we go. Sooneo took another one off of Pulse. I am very impressed with the RoboCop play and his patience here.
Dude, I'm not surprised that Pulse didn't go for Scud Shot there. I know he didn't have the meter to amplify it to shoot him back, but to be able to just delete those projectiles is still a really solid tool. Here's the call out on the throw attempt, though. Pulse gonna duck underneath it. Expected a breakaway, so he's just going to throw some acid out. The thing is Sooneo is playing a character that feels super comfortable playing at the long screen distance. He's not going to cross that acid puddle. He's going to, as they say that he does, but he's comfortable just kind of hanging back and continuing to fire some shots at him.
Yeah, if there was a character that would be totally comfortable in that situation, RoboCop is the one to be.
The standoff. Neither player wanting to budge. Right now, Sooneo, though, does need to make a move. He's got 50 seconds left, and he's going to need the life lead. Oh, big block on that. I think Pulse thought he was going to get away with a punish after that breakaway. Not going to happen, and here's the crushing blow. Evening up these life bars. Now Sooneo in the lead.
Only 30 seconds left. One of them's going to have to get close to another at this point. I mean, it is just too close.
Now, they both do have their fatal blows available as well here, and both of them are sitting on them, so this could be dangerous. Pulse tries to get away with his. No shield to absorb it, but still able to block it in time. And there's that Scud Shot. Scud Shot beating out those bullets. The big boot drop. He's in the acid. Oh, wow. He actually didn't get touched by the acid there. This is getting close. He can't approach either. He's got to shoot him, and Pulse is just going to keep Scud Shotting. This is what I was expecting from Pulse. Just continuous Scud Shot, not worrying about it. Sets up another acid puddle that Sooneo cannot afford to get hit by, and he's not going to get enough chip. What a close game right there. All the way down to the wire. Barely any difference in their health there, but the clock does strike 0, and Pulse takes a round. Final round here in Game 3.
That was very smart by Pulse. He knew the situation, knew what was happening, and he played it to his best advantage. That was wonderful.
Nice throw. He's going to be in the acid for this as well. This is going to be massive damage here off that 18% throw. Command grab character's wish.
Well, here we go. Putting the pressure on RoboCop now. RoboCop doesn't have the best string, so that was a great dash back to catch him out of that flamethrower.
Oh, tried to catch him with a throw as well. Here's the empty rifle coming through with the KB. Sets the acid up. Sooneo running out of health as a resource here, but he's getting some good damage now. He does also have that fatal blow, so if he can catch him off guard with an explosive opener, that'll be big damage for Sooneo. And now 40% health remaining for Pulse. Too close. Oh, he just lets it rip. The raw fatal blow. Pulse trying to get away, but there is quite some range on this. This is not going to be enough to kill, but this should be the life lead going over to Sooneo.
Yeah, this changes the whole complexity of this round, right?
And now he can't even go for a fatal blow. He'll actually get hit out of it. Last breath. Jumps over the Scud Shot. No fucking way. No way. What an end. Sooneo got pushed on the last breath by that fatal blow. If there was an extra bullet in the gun, it would have just opened him up. But Sooneo barely able to hang on, forced to jump over that Scud Shot because that would have chipped him out. And he takes the shot, and you know what was also coming to kill him? That boot drop. Like, there was 3 narrow grazes with death, and Sooneo comes out on the other side alive and well with a 3-0 finish over Pulse.
I'm really impressed by Sooneo's RoboCop there. It was very smart, very measured and patient, and he really put every situation that he could into his advantage. That was very well done.
Yeah, it's also, in a lot of ways, surprising